What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Games Talk Live podcast. I'm your host, Jay Fonzarelli. Of course, with me every week is Mr. Hargeet Chani. Hargeet, how are you doing this week, my friend?
I'm doing well, but of course, as usual, Xbox dead.
Completely flatlined. No money. No mucho dinero being made anymore. It's gone. And of course, we've got a guest. We've got Colt Eastwood here. Colt, welcome back. I know I hit you up a little late today, but I was like, I want to just add some spice in tonight's show. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about some cool stuff, I guess. Well, first, I'll ask you first, Colt. What have you been playing this week? What have you been doing? Besides Twitter.
Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Arc Raiders, pretty much. That's what I've been doing this week.
Yeah, Arc Raiders has been pretty booming.
Like 40 hours of all that stuff. A lot of stuff.
A lot.
Yep.
Yep. A lot of games. A lot of gaming. Hargeet, what have you been up to, my friend? What have you been playing this week?
It's been mostly Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds 2, I've been playing that. I was talking to Colt right before this. I ran into what I thought was going to be a game-breaking bug, but it turned out to be okay. I found a way to make it work.
Wow.
But basically, like on the first planet, as you're leaving to go on the ship, it would just hang. I would just keep loading. I'd wait a couple of minutes. Like, what is going on? I thought it was crashing. Turns out you got to just let it roll. You let it go like 15, 20 minutes. It'll eventually work. And I'm like, who would think to do that? But hey, whatever. So I don't know why it was like that, but that one time just going to the ship from the first planet, it just hangs there. And I'm like, what the heck? So
was
I thought
this
it was
on
broken.
Xbox or
I did both.
PC?
I've been playing primarily on PC, but then I said, I'll just load it up on Xbox and see if it works there. Same exact thing. I'm like, what the heck? So, but thank God, like somebody had posted, just wait. So I let it go. I just let it. Like, fine. I'll just watch some YouTube videos. I'll go back, and sure enough, it worked. And so now I've been playing since then. It's just been pretty good. It's like it's fun enough, right? Like I'm on. There's multiple different planets you end up on. There's some space stations and whatnot. So I'm exploring the next one. I think I'm on like the 4th or 5th area or something like that. So there's plenty of fun areas to explore. So
yeah, for sure there is. I beat it myself just the other night.
Nice. So
I completed it. Took me around 44-ish hours, something like that. And I enjoyed my time with it. I thought it was a really good game. Like, I love the gameplay. I love the franchise. I really do. I think this one it's so much better than the first one in many ways, almost every way, matter of fact, except for 2. I think the performance is a bit worse, and the companions. I don't think the companions were as fleshed out as the first, at least not for a couple of them. Like Parvati in the first one and everything was so much more fleshed out. And she was just a better companion than these companions. However, I did have my favorites. I had Niles with me all the time. But as Colt can attest, what happens all the time with Niles, Colt? What happens with Niles?
Help me, Commander. Help me. Yeah.
Help me. And then you look, he's down. He's freaking down half the damn game. Every time I go into somewhere, Niles is the first one dead. The first one I've got to go pick up. And then I liked Marisol, the older lady that you get.
Yeah.
I think she's really cool. The powers that she has and stuff. I loved using her. She was my favorite, actually. Niles, the reason why I always used Niles, of course, probably the same reason why you used him, Colt, was walking workbench.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You can use him wherever. But yeah, on a high-end PC, you would expect a game like this, no, I don't expect a game like this anymore. Any game that's running on UE5 to run well going forward. And this is something that you've talked about for years, Hargeet. I remember years ago on RDX, you and Zocker, shout out to both of you, said, hey, even though UE5 is incredible, it looks great, it's got a lot going for it, easier to use for a lot of developers, optimization, the bloat, it's going to be very, very bad going forward with a lot of games, and you were not lying.
I can't wait for UE6.
No, I hope, I hope it gets better, and I'm sure it will. There are some games that do run better than others, for sure. There's games like Ark Raiders right now running really well with UE5. Of course, Fortnite. Lots of multiplayer games seem to run better, and I would expect that because they're not these big, huge games that we have with these single-player experiences. But, yeah, developers just have to get better with these. They have to learn the tools of UE5, Colt. They have to learn to optimize the UE5. And I think that's what it really comes down to. It's not necessarily that UE5 completely sucks. It's that it's hard to optimize for, and not every developer can do it. This is why I'm so freaking afraid for Halo and to see what's going to happen with that, especially with, I'm sure on consoles, because here's the thing. This is something else we have to address. On console, Outer Worlds 2 seems to be running well, but it's always very pared back, because it's so bloat heavy and everything. You're running it at upscaled 1280p or whatever it is in performance mode. And you've got like low to medium settings, things like that. So, of course, they do stuff to try to, optimize it there, let's just say. But on your high-end PCs, you expect to run these games at higher spec, and you really can't. Like, I have to drop down global illumination just to hit steady 60 frames. And, if I want 4K, that's just what has to be done. And it's fine. It worked out great. I just locked it at 60, but I prefer to have 100 plus frames in my games. I love high frame rates, but it was fine. And I'll say this, aside from the performance issues, I thought the game was better in just about every way. Let me get back to the positives here. I thought the game was a lot of fun. It has a lot of weaponry and stuff that I didn't even find. There's stuff that I see in the trailers and stuff that I never found. And I looked around, I explored. Yeah.
70 hours, I didn't see some of the guns that I showcased in a video when I was talking about how Outer Worlds would be in 6 or 8 months when it was going to release. And I'm like, I don't understand how I also missed 2 of the companions. One I never even totally saw. The other one I saw early in my second playthrough. I don't know what happened. I felt like I did so much in the game. I ended on like level 35 or something on my character level. So I did a ton of quests. I think I counted 60 some quests that I did. And I love the game. It's way better. It feels so much better than the first one. When you're talking about the companions, the only good companion was Pavardi. I don't think anybody really liked any of the companions in
I said Parvati,
the first
Pavardi,
game.
You're right.
Yeah, and I like the assassin cultist girl. She was amazing. And Marisol, the old grandma lady. Yeah, there was cool. It was a pretty cool game. And it was
You know what I did not like too much though, Colt? The very end of the game. It just kind of like, okay, so you get, no spoilers. You get to an ending, but then it's just like nothing. I don't know. That's how I'm going to put it for those of you who haven't got to it yet. That was a little bit anticlimactic, especially for what's going on, what you're doing at the end. Because I did 2 of the endings because the first one I did not like. I was like, Colt, this sucks. And he's like, oh, just reload your save and do it over. And I was like, oh, yeah, I can do that.
Well, you kind of did something like, let me do this crazy ending. And
yeah. And it was not good, people. It was not good. But then the second ending was, while better, still, like, again, it's got like just an anticlimactic ending. It's just like, it's done. And it's almost like they spent all the money on the game until the end. And by the end of it, they were like, we ran out of money. What are we going to do? Just, I don't know, just throw this up. I don't know. It hurt a little bit.
It's like the Mass Effect 3 ending.
Kind of.
I haven't finished it, so I don't want to know. But
yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't want to.
ME3 had that like very disappointing, right? Because it like had all these storylines and weaving of different things you could do and all these choices and whatnot. And at the end, it was like, that's it.
But yeah, I if people are on the fence about getting it, if you like the first game, by all means, you should play this game. There's no reason not to. It's better than the first. The combat is so much more smooth. And some of the cool weapons that I did find, oh man, there was this one pistol that I was using. When I found this thing, it was called the Lion's Roar. Okay, so those of you who find it, amazing. It does like 400 plus damage. And I was just literally melting people with it. And I just used it for the last half of the game, like almost exclusively, because it was so good, so fun. But really good. So yeah, pick it up if you like the first one, for sure. If you like RPGs in general, like it's just a good sci-fi RPG. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, the art style is the art style. Like, you know, love it or hate it, still a good game. For me, I like the art style. I don't mind it. I think it works for it's how it doesn't take itself seriously and so realistic, you know. But it looks damn good, like especially on PC, like on those not the cut scenes, but the scenes where you're like just talking to people and you see their faces close up and everything.
Yeah, the
so much better than the
Fallout
first
stuff. Yeah,
so
way
good,
better.
Really good.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to let people know that, because I know some people were telling me they're waiting to hear from me on what I think. I don't know why anybody would do that, because you know I hate everything, but yeah. Now you heard my stamp of approval. Get the game if you like RPGs, sci-fi RPGs. It's good. It's fun. Now on to the next game. I did pick up a game. I haven't started it yet, but I was contacted through Keymailer, of course. Deep Silver is like, hey, take a code of that. What was that game called? Echoes in the End or something. I saw that come out like a few months back, but there's like an enhanced edition or something they came out with, and they sent it to me. I was like, I don't want to do a review, but I looked, it said, nah, no strings attached. We just want you to play the game. And I was just like, okay. I downloaded it, but I have not played it yet. I've saw some things on it, and I don't know if I'll really play it at all, because I don't know if I'll get into this one. I don't know. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I think I saw Epic Treasure playing it at one time a few months back. Shout out to Epic Treasure. By the way, before we get started here, shout out to everybody who came by for the giveaway last week. I appreciate all of you. We had a bit of a snafu, though. I was hit up later by Will, of course, Mad Will, the guy who sponsored the giveaway here. He said that, guys, you got it wrong. We all did. We missed it. Apparently, Meredith was not the winner. The winner happened right in the first 30 seconds of the whole game. She got all three numbers. And by the way, that person that won was that blue number. So congrats to her. She won, and she did get the device today. She just told me. So she's busy, I'm sure, I don't know, fighting Windows and blue screens of death and all that stuff. You know the drill, Colt. No, I heard that it's like a pain in the ass to set up. I don't know if it's true.
No. What happened was Gene Park got one that was previously tested by an Asus employee, and it was hanging up on his initial install, because I don't know the whole story, but he had to factory reset it because it was already pre-used before he got it.
Well, so, how did he get a pre-used one? Was this something
I don't know.
Like...
Maybe they sent him one. They were like, "Oh, send him this one. This is good because he's going to review it." But I got a brand new one.
Yeah, and so, some guy was sitting there at his desk. And he's playing. And somebody goes, "Hey, man, Gene Park needs one of those."
So yeah, he had to wipe he had to wipe his profile and log into Windows and the Windows like authorization stuff. It was a whole mess. And he said ever since he's fixed that, it's been an absolute dream. And I'm notorious. Let's see. Yeah, I have both of them behind me. Here's the ROG I bought in 2023, and then here's the ROG
No, but my
Xbox. Yeah, I'm notorious for not liking this one.
My question
this one's
though,
been a game changer for me.
Yeah. My question though is more specific though. Isn't there something you have to do with the Windows before you can like just get into the gaming?
It does a general Windows
no?
setup, but it's not a full bore Windows setup.
Okay, so and this is something
username. Yeah, choose your username, your region, and all that stuff.
So this is something they're trying to omit from the next console. They because from what I'm hearing is the next console, you're going to be able to boot this up and it could just be a console and that's it. You don't have to mess with Windows.
Your Series X like requires you to do a few, go through a few pages of.
Does it? I don't remember.
Yeah, it has you log in your email, go in and just make sure you set up your Wi-Fi or your network, log into your Microsoft account. Like you have to do all that stuff. And I think all consoles have a little bit of that, but yeah, this thing does like this little Windows introduction thing that you see when you first set up a PC.
It's not too bad though. It's not like
Yep.
You're not pulling your hair out going, I don't know what my password is. I forgot.
I mean, even this older one
that is
was
a problem,
fine.
right? But
yeah.
that's a problem.
It is.
You don't know your password.
Yeah,
this you don't know your password. You don't know your password.
Yeah.
When I got this one in 2023, like you go through the Windows thing, you get that blue screen that has you log in, and it's like that really nice, like, hello, welcome. It's kind of like an Apple-esque thing, and you log in all your stuff, and then it boots into Windows. But after you boot in on the new one, then the Xbox full screen experience comes up, and you have a dashboard there, and you can start logging into Steam's already there by default, so it's already installed. You just have to log into your account. And I just did it with my phone. I just pointed my phone, open up the Steam app, pointed my phone at my Log Ally screen, and hit the QR code. And it's like, do you want to authorize this? And then it logged me in on that as well. So, yeah, that does get better.
By the way, you already have a question in the chat. Face23BKNY with $1.99 says, Colt, why is Sony not porting its single-player games to Xbox? I think you answered this last night.
Mm-hmm. This is why. Why? Why should we? The way I hear it, and I'm not an insider, is that PlayStation is like, no, we're not doing it now. F them. Because the port for the Lego Aloy is what I call it, or the Lego Horizon game is already
Hargeet's Game of the Year last year. He loved it.
God, that game was terrible, dude.
They've been sitting on it, and like, why should we even release this? They already took the time to port it, and they're like, we're not doing it. And then the other rumor is that
it's terrible.
No,
yeah,
it wouldn't sell anyway. Yeah.
And then the other rumor is that Guerrilla Games is like, why should we spend time porting Horizon Zero Dawn from 2017 or the remaster to the Xbox when Phil doesn't care? And Xbox has already reduced the amount of manufacturer series consoles. They've price hiked them above and beyond what anybody would want to pay for them. And then they're not available overseas. They're only really available in North America. And so PlayStation's like, they'll get it in 2 years when they get this new console. They're already going to get our games. So why should we spend money porting them to the console when they're going to get them anyway? And so the latest I heard was that they've canceled their plan to start picking and choosing which games just go directly to the console, to the Xbox Series consoles.
Oh, and by the way, I was listening to your show last night, and you guys were talking about the next Xbox, and you guys were spitballing ideas for names. And I heard Mag say, because Boba Fett makes fun of me, but I said maybe they should call it Xbox Fusion since it's PC, console, fusion. I don't know. And he was like, gross. That's a gross name. But listen to this, Hargy. I don't know if you were there and you heard Mag. He said the name that was possibly being kicked around at Xbox was freaking, what was it? Xbox Squared.
Yikes.
I wouldn't put it past.
Big yikes. Xbox Squared. Like, why? What are we doing here? Like, I'd rather them just call it Xbox PC at that point. Like, Why are we going there with squared? It's just odd, very odd. Xbox Transformer Boba Fett Gaming says, yeah. Some people were saying like Xbox Nexus, which not too bad, but
I think King had Xbox Infinite. I think something like that.
Yeah, people said
Infinite, or Infinity, or I don't know, something like that. Yeah, whatever. They're gonna have some dumbass name,
but they're gonna come up with something way worse than all of us. Way worse.
Like Xbox Win. That's what someone said. Xbox Win, because some airhead is going to be like, it's Xbox, but it's Windows 11. It's Xbox Win. Get it, Xbox Win. And then all these people around Tampa, oh my gosh, it's so good. Becky, you're so amazing. And so they're going to call it the Xbox Win.
The first W an Xbox console will ever have. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
and we'll get over the name. The name will be probably cheesy, and we'll get over it. Like,
there you go.
The Xbox Series didn't mean anything. It didn't make any sense, and we got over it, and you just get used to it. 360 didn't mean anything. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Turn around, look right back where you came from. And you get over it, and you like the consoles. Like
Cygnus, I'm with you. They might call it like 365. Oh my god,
that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, they probably will.
365.
That's what they call.
No,
like. Yep.
Ultimately, they just need to go to numbers, right? Like, maybe there's going to be more of them coming as far as like the ability of Magnus to scale. So just call it by the year. Or something.
I mean, because
like
we don't
Xbox 2027, and just like whatever. Leave.
Nobody sits there and gets mad at the PS5, the PS6. Like nobody's
and
going.
The only reason they did that was because it
you.
was one gen behind, and it's like, well, who cares? Like the Switch 2. Oh no, it's a 2. Oh no, it's like who cares? Like
nobody gives a flying F. Just
it'd be so much easier if they just went with Xbox 1, 2, 3, 4. Like it makes it so much easier, but.
Xbox Copilot. No.
Oh God,
the Xbox came out during the PS2.
Yeah, like whatever.
Well, guys, let's go ahead and talk about this topic first. First, I'm going to share a screen here and show everybody this clip here.
And we're on the topic of changing business model, shifting your business model. It seems like the console wars are over. Take me through the journey.
You're a peacetime CEO now.
You're a peacetime CEO. The war is over. But take me through the evolution of the business model shift on the gaming side of the business. It's one of the most interesting pieces of Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to remember. In fact, Flight Simulator, I think, was the first product Microsoft built. Even before, I think our DevTools was first.
Yeah.
Flight Simulator was second.
That says so much about the culture.
Yeah, it is.
It's like as soon as you gave the developers the ability to write code, they were like, let's make a game. It's amazing.
And so, to me, remember, the biggest gaming business is the Windows business.
Yeah.
To us, gaming on Windows.
Yeah.
And of course, Steam has built a massive marketplace on top of it and done a very successful job of it. So to us, the way we are thinking about gaming is, first of all, now we're the largest publisher after the Activision. So therefore, we want to be a fantastic publisher, similar approach to what we did with Office.
Yeah.
We're going to be everywhere in every platform. So we want to make sure, whether it's consoles, whether it's the PC, whether it's mobile, whether it's cloud gaming, we want to, or the TV. So we just want to make sure the games are being enjoyed by gamers everywhere.
Yeah.
Second, we also want to do innovative work in the system side on the console and on the PC.
Yeah.
And bring, it's kind of funny that, people think about the console, PC as two different things. We built the console because we wanted to build a better PC, which could then perform for gaming.
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to revisit some of that conventional wisdom. But at the end of the day, console has an experience.
I don't know what he means by that statement. Pause it.
It delivers performance.
Can you pause it? He says, we built a console because we wanted to build a better PC. I mean, Microsoft doesn't build PCs. Or
I think go ahead.
Yeah, so the Dreamcast, I think, was their first foray into this, right? Where they built a specialized Windows to run on a gaming device. And the entire purpose of that...
Microsoft did?
Yeah. There was it was Windows. What the heck was it called? Was it CE or was it
CE? It was CE.
So
Windows
they
CE.
basically made a specialized Windows that ran the Dreamcast, And that was the partnership that started saying, okay, well, let's strip away the stuff you don't need. Let's make it into a console-like OS, right? And then when they were starting the process of making their own, when Sega kind of bowed out, there were two paths. One was take the Dreamcast stuff and move it forward. The other was make our own thing. And ultimately, the make our own thing won. And that's what they ended up going forward with. But the ultimate, the whole thing, as we know, the genesis of this was PlayStation coming out and saying, we're going to take over the living room. And Microsoft's like, no, we own the living room. What are you talking about? Right? PC. It's people who use a PC in the living room. And so that's what created the drive to go put out a console. But that was always the point, was to say, let's, take Windows. That was what they wanted. Make it into something a TV would work with. How do we make that happen? And those were the diverging paths. One was take Windows and strip it down. The other one was take the basic kernel of Windows and make a whole shell around it. And that was what ended up winning. That was the Xbox OS that came out first. And so that's what they've kind of been doing. But what they've been like, every gen, they've kind of taken a little bit more Windows and brought it in, a little bit more Windows and brought it in. And so they're basically just saying, hey, look, we're getting to the point where now it's so close. Like the Xbox One literally brought the UI of Windows 8 into the console. And they're like, well, at this point, we're so close. Why don't we just open it even more? But the ultimate has always been, how do we get Windows under your TV? That was always the point of this, right? So they're kind of there, and like, I think that's all he's talking about is like, let's push the innovation even further.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do to make that even better.
I think the gist of it is they just wanted to create a better gaming experience on a PC, basically. Consoles are basically small PCs. Like,
on the other side, if you don't know about it, the PlayStation uses a customized BSD. It's basically Linux, and it has a lot of borrowed stuff from Linux. So it essentially is a Linux machine that gives you a very customized UI on top of that OS. But technically it's Unix, but it's basically a Linux box versus what we have here. And Switch is an Android based device. So they're all kind of taking major OSs and just giving you a shell on top of it. Right. So
yeah. Danny Passion Official with a 5 says the best name to market to casuals right now is Xbox PC, but they aren't smart enough to think about something that simple.
That's the name of their app anyway, so they can't use that.
But anyways, going forward, this is what Satya had to say.
It's unparalleled. That pushes, I think, the system forward. So I'm very looking forward to the next console, the next PC gaming, but most importantly, the game business model has to be where we have to invent maybe some new interactive media as well. Because after all, the gaming's competition is not other gaming. Gaming's competition is short-form video.
Yeah.
Let me pause it right there. He said we have to create some new interactive media. Hargeet, what do you think he means by that exactly?
Yeah, so essentially, people have this need to kind of get in and get out in rapid fashion, right? So a lot of the market, like we have the like 100-ish, 150 million, players that play on consoles, add another 100 to 200 million that are general gamers on PC. And then you have a market of PC players that play these large black hole games, right? Cool, right? But the majority of gamers are playing or consuming on things like this. And for them, it's like, I have 5 minutes. I'll just scroll through some videos. Cool. What they compete with on that, they currently have one thing, and that's Candy Crush, right? Candy Crush does that exact thing where you can get in, get out, right? You can do a fast, game or two or whatever, and then just go back to what you were doing, right? That's what they're looking at. It's like, how do I expand to the 3 billion? Remember, that was always their target, 3 billion gamers. How do you get there? Well, how you get there is you give them something they're willing to tolerate, they're willing to engage with. And if you don't do that, then you stay with where you are, right? So if you want to grow the market, you have to go to where the customer is. And so that's kind of the mindset. And this, by the way, isn't just him, right? We saw the same thing from Sean about a year ago, saying the same thing, Sean Layden, that their biggest competitor is TikTok. It's the time taken away from gaming by people just consuming video content. We're doing this right now. We're on YouTube, right? That's consumption of video content that people are watching us instead of playing games, right? So you only have so much time. You have to then vie for that time. How do you do that? For some people, yes, they want to play a 60, 70 hour Outer Worlds, right? A lot of people don't, right? They want a 5-minute game, a 10-minute game. How do you do that? How do you give them something they can consume short form and, you know, get in, get out, and then, you know, go to their next thing, right? Whatever that is. So that's what they have to compete with. So, and they know that that's been obvious. That's if you want to get to that level of gamer, you have to do that. So this is the world they're in, right?
Dizzy Delta says, I don't think Nutella should be one doing the talking for Xbox. Sounds like a moron. No, he doesn't sound like a moron here. He actually makes a lot of sense. And I've got just a little bit to add to what you're saying too. But Colt, do you believe, I mean, do you think Hargeet's on the money there with what he's talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, they have to get people, I talked about this last night quite a bit. People are fully entertained with their phones and their TVs. He says short form content, but I mean, TV and short form content on your phone has been dominating people's free time for a long, long time. And then when you have a growing gaming audience that is, or aging gaming audience that is like, oh, I don't play games like I used to. I don't really have time for them. But then they go to bed an hour early and they scroll on TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever, or on YouTube, which I consider short form content. When they're doing that, instead of staying up an hour to play games, Microsoft wants you staying in front of your gaming setup and playing and spending money. They don't want you to go to bed early and be on TikTok and YouTube shorts and all that stuff. So as far as Satya saying we need to find different ways to engage or new creative ways to engage with players, I saw some Doofenshmirtz that was saying that they would make a mobile piecemeal Forza Horizon game that they would put out Forza Horizon 6 and then that would be it.
Didn't they already
it would
try
only
that
exist
and that failed?
On TikTok. What's that?
Right? Didn't they already try that? Wasn't there like a Forza mobile game? I thought like
there's Forza
right?
Street. Yeah, I mean that's basically made by another company that asked if they could borrow the Forza license. So the Forza license helped push that game, but it's not a Forza game. But so this guy said that they would be using mobile gaming so that you'd be scrolling through TikTok or whatever, or Instagram Reels, and you'd be seeing your regular stuff. All of a sudden it would say, rotate your phone to do this quick race, and you would turn it and have touchscreen controls and do this race. And it's like, would you like to play more? Click here. They're not doing that. They're not. They're not taking that literally.
Dizzy, I agree with you in that respect. I don't. Satya is not a gamer, so he doesn't really think that way. He's a businessman though, and what he has in common with pretty much every other CEO at a gaming company is that yes, they are in competition for time from other apps and devices and things, and that is just what it is.
Yeah, and I'm only pointing this out to Roberto. That literally, I just said that Sean Layden said exactly this thing. Like you can go look it up.
So did Reggie.
He said.
And Reggie Fils-Aimé as well.
This is a normal thing. The industry is not a Microsoft thing. It's a gaming industry problem.
So just to add some more context to the discussion, is I was looking into it last night, actually, after you guys were talking about that, or during when you were talking about it on your show, Colt. And I found that, I don't know if you guys know this, but less young people are playing games these days.
Oh, absolutely.
And so gaming and Colt, you're right on the money with a lot of us older gamers that are like, going away from gaming as well. It's happening. So they are trying to find ways of new growth. They want more people coming into gaming. They need that. This is something that it's kind of dire right now. Looking at even those young people that are gaming these days, and this is all, you can look it all up. This is true. Even the ones that are playing these days are only playing certain games like Fortnite, and they're not even playing on consoles. They're not even playing on PC. Like a lot of them are playing on tablets and phones and that sort of thing. And that's, they're not gaming as much either. The ones that are gaming aren't gaming as much as we used to when we were that age. It's a different different time frame we're living in now. There's just so much things to consume our time that they've got to figure out ways to get people in. And they, just as Hargeet was saying, they want to grow to that, 2-3 billion gamers.
Exactly.
But the gist of it for me, it's not about creating some kind of new content to try to gain somebody's attention. Really, honestly, if you look at what's happening in the industry, people are getting tired of a lot of the samey games we're getting today. A lot of these companies are failing at producing games that really capture an audience, period. It's not just about new audiences, even existing audiences.
Except for this year.
Don't like a lot of the games. And this can be proven.
Difference.
This can be proven with game sales. You can look at game sales year after year. And this is not just Xbox. This is everybody. They need to buckle down and try to figure out what they're going to do going forward, because honestly, it seems like their route that they might be taking is not a good one, because what I'm hearing is they're going to be making more remakes and taking less or sequels and remakes and taking less risks. And that is where I think the AAA industry space is really hurting. Now, hopefully the AA space continues its growth and continues its innovation. But honestly, if we look at what's going on with all of gaming right now, it's on the low. Not a lot of people are playing games like they used to. And there's a lot of games that are coming out and people aren't enjoying them as much as past years, past generations. I've noticed even for myself, I look at this generation and I go, yeah, there's a handful of games I do love. Don't get me wrong. But then I think about generations past. And I have to go back to like the 360 and the PS3 and everything. Man, that generation, I can't count on two hands.
Pinnacle.
Like the amount of games I freaking loved back then.
Yeah.
It was just, we were at that pinnacle. And I don't know that they'll ever get there again, especially with all these investors these days and how they're scared to take risks. That's the biggest problem I'm seeing here. And I don't know how they're going to get over that. But here's the other big part. And I've already talked to Colt about this, and Colt, you can chime in about this too, of course. Hargeet, for Xbox, now just talking about Xbox, the biggest hurdle to jump over right now for Xbox is Xbox themselves. And what I mean by that is there's a stigma around Xbox that they're trash, they're no good, they don't make good games. How do they get past that? How do they fix that?
They don't. It will never matter. When people hate something, they just hate something. Hate is very hard to get rid of. It's an unfortunate reality of human nature. People hate, and that's it. And I don't know why, but people hate. And when they do, you can't get over that. So it basically requires like the entire industry to change, and that's not going to happen, right? There's like, you can just, even in our chat, there are people talking about how it's just an Xbox thing and Sony and Nintendo are okay. If Sony was so okay, why are they the one making the least profits?
It's not just an Xbox. Why are they closing
so many studios? Why are they had to cancel a game after 10 days and spent $500 million on it? Like,
dude, why is Nintendo pushing games to $80? There's a reason for that. And
suing Pocket Pair because they're terrified that their cash cow Pokemon isn't going to keep making the money that it keeps making because somebody else showed them up. An indie developer showed them up. And this is the way it is, right? Like, it's fine to think that everything is hunky-dory. No, all of them are like, why is EA selling itself? They have cash cows. It doesn't matter. They're still selling themselves. Things are all sorts of broken, right? It just is what it is. And the industry is realizing that they have to deal with the fact that there are black hole games. Now, if you're Microsoft, you're lucky enough to be able to buy the black hole games. That's not easy to do, right? Not everybody can go shell out $70 billion. That's not going to happen. You want to go buy Roblox? I think it's up to $40, $50, $60 billion. Good luck. Go buy that, right? How big is Epic? You want to go buy Fortnite? Not too many companies in the world can do that, right? Yes, Microsoft could do it. if Apple wanted to get into this, they could absolutely do it, right? Amazon's been very tepid. Google came in and said, we're out. So, you basically, how many players do you have that can pull that kind of thing?
Yeah,
it's tough to do.
And Google came in with the whole premise that, hey, we're everywhere on cloud. Kind of like Xbox in a way.
Yeah, and so like, can Xbox get around this? I don't know. I just don't see it. There's this constant hate. No matter what they do, there's this constant
Did
hate.
somebody say Xbox is in debt?
Yeah, Roberto Marx, he's like a massive PlayStation fanboy that doesn't read or doesn't ever research anything.
Xbox
doesn't
is
know
in
how
debt.
to think.
Where do you get Xboxes in debt? They literally have hundreds of billions in the bank.
Roberto Marx is one of those guys that thinks when they say their revenue is down 113 million, he thinks they lost 113 million dollars last year.
No, they're more profitable than PlayStation. PlayStation is the least profitable platform. And that's just facts. I don't care if you don't like it. It is what it is. Nintendo's the top. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then in between is Xbox, and then you got and now look, Steam, if you want to count that as a platform because it is its own little thing. I don't know how profitable they are. They don't publish anything because of course they're private. So
can you help him? He thinks that because they spent $80 billion on Bethesda or
that they're in the hole.
Transfer. Oh. It's an asset transfer, right? For somebody who has to take a loan.
they're like sitting there counting their pennies, Colt. They're like, man, are we going to afford a churro now?
Roberto's got his socks off counting his toes. Let me see if I can figure this out.
It doesn't work like that. So if I buy a painting, for instance, I own that painting. It is a value item that I have. I can sell it at any time and get the value back, right? They bought ABK. They can sell it at any time and get their value back. It's an asset they own. It's a money generating asset, by the way, that makes them tons of cash, which is great, right? But that's what it is. They had 80 billion in the bank. This wasn't I went and got a loan to get this. They just had it in the bank. That is our money, investors, right? Who invest in Microsoft. They have that in cash and they're like, oh, okay, you want us to do something with it. Cool. We will go buy an asset and that asset will generate revenue and give you returns. That's the point. So no, it's not debt.
Going back to the question I asked both of you, I'm going to say something that both of you probably, and many of the audience might go, who the hell is this guy? And why did he take over Fonz's body right now? But I'm going to say they can actually get over this stigma because they've done it before.
Yeah.
They've done it. Remember when they were on everybody's good side and positive articles were being written about them with the whole Game Pass and the great pricing and everything was looking up for them. They can do it. All you got to do is not be such an asshole in the industry and make things cheap again. All right. Or make things a value again. Do that. Make Game Pass valuable again. Oh, the commercials are awful. Now, look, man, the whole Xboxer guy, I'm an Xboxer. And that right there, that's an Xbox. I thought that was hilarious. That is an Xbox. No, dude,
I didn't.
It is so tone deaf and they are so out of touch with the younger audience nowadays. Like, they don't give a shit.
Are they? I mean, are we young? No.
No. I have younger kids and stuff.
Yeah. I ran the commercial by my kids yesterday, and they were like, "I go, is it funny? Is it cool?" And they're like, "Why are they playing the Rocky theme?" I'm like, "Yeah, why are they playing the theme from 1976 Rocky?" Yeah. And like, like that doesn't.
Marsh, they turn people into Xboxers.
Yeah, it's so weird.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's so whatever.
Oh, but no, Cole. Like, I don't like the commercials. I think they're awful. And they don't really come across like they're telling you or really showing you what they're doing for you at all. They don't really like spell it out for, like, if somebody was just a casual, doesn't know about Game Pass, and they looked at that, they'd be like, or Cloud, they'd be like, what? Huh? What are they talking about? Yeah. And I just feel like, I don't know. Hire some good marketing people, please. Or like running by like some test groups or something that are under the age of 50. I don't know. because Colt's right. They use a lot of old songs and everything. It's like, dude. I mean, when they did the whole "you can get with this" commercial, you can get with that. Like, look, I love Black Sheep. I love it. Engine number 9. Like, I can get with that album. I have that album, but
I don't
want it in my. I don't want it on my commercials. Like, that's not speaking to the younger audience. They're not looking at that going, "Oh, I love that song." They're in touch with what I like. No, it's not going to hit them that way. It's going to hit us old heads, if anything.
I don't know. PlayStation made some cool commercials. I haven't really seen anything that they've done in a long time, and they don't really need to make commercials as often as Xbox does. But they had this one where the guy was shaving in the bathroom, and Kratos broke through the bathroom wall like Kool-Aid Man, and then he goes outside, and like Aloy and Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man, like all these, and they were like real people dressed up like they looked like they were really from the game in real life. It was like I don't know what you call that, but they looked like they were really there. They weren't like superimposed, and it was like the PlayStation universe come to life, like in this guy's neighborhood, and that was like a pretty cool commercial, and that was like 5-6 years ago. But when Xbox does something, they try to be cute and quirky and funny, and I'm like, you're kind of embarrassing yourself. I don't know. I don't like it.
Big Mad Mo, he says, what the kids like is dumb. Well, you ain't wrong there, because, I mean, this whole 6-7 thing, I don't get it. It's like, 6-7, huh? 6-7. I'm like, why? Mm-hmm. And I walked into my kid's school. She's 11, okay? So I went to the school there was a parent-teacher conference. Up in this big board, right when you walk in, it says, kids aren't allowed to say 6-7. It's rude, blah, blah. And I'm like, is that a real big thing going on here? And she goes, oh, it was a nightmare for a while. Kids were just screaming 6-7. And I was like, I don't get it. I've tried to look this up, and apparently it means nothing. It's just a made-up, stupid game. I don't know, where they yell 6-7. We didn't do that when we were kids. I don't know. We played Ding Dong Ditch and stuff like that. We had fun.
We had equivalents.
We didn't do 6-7. We didn't yell numbers 6-7, 6-7. We didn't.
We repeated stupid stuff from Saturday Night Live and movies back in the day. Yeah, we
I'm
did.
Sure there was something dumb we did.
I don't know. I'm with Mo. They're doing some weird shit today. These kids.
Weird to us, right? Because we're the old people now. You just have to accept that, right?
Very weird. I don't know. I don't ever look at. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on from that. But yeah, no, I do think that Microsoft could do something. They could fix pricing, or even really add to Game Pass to make it a really good value again. Something. They could.
I mean, it already is a good value, but that's an equation for those who want to play.
Yeah, that's subjective. Right? That's very subjective. For me, it's not a good value.
Up to the player, right? So, I mean, we got 3 first-party games in a week that were all day and date in Game Pass. Like, that's pretty good. So, whatever. It all just comes down to whether you want to play them. Like you just recommended Outer Worlds 2. That was day and date in Game Pass because, of course, it's a first-party game.
Yeah, it's a good game. Yep. But yeah, I don't know. Besides that, yeah. So the whole thing about time and trying to Hargeet, Xbox isn't dead, but it
sucks after ABK.
Well, they would have been dead without ABK. I will stick to that.
Wait.
I will stick to that. They would have been dead without them.
Would Xbox be dead if they didn't buy ABK?
No, I think they'd still be doing whatever they're doing. I guess the target would have been different. Their profitability goal would definitely be different because you can't do what they're doing without something like King. I don't know. I think it helped them a lot in a lot of ways. It accelerated things a lot in a lot of ways. But would they be dead? No, I think they'd be just different.
Yeah, I feel like the ABK deal sped up their I don't know what the word is. Their expediency to go multi-platform and to be and to wholly change the way they were doing business. And yeah, I mean, we were all there. They were on a roll for a minute, for 1 year, and then 2022 and 2023, they had no games for almost 48 months, and or 24 months. They had no games, and they were growing consoles and selling them, and then the pandemic ended, and they had no games. Like, everyone got to go outside, and PlayStation was still cranking along, and so was Nintendo. So yeah, I just think it was kind of a terrible storm, like the perfect storm for them. But
I think it was I'll call it a necessary evil. They needed them, but with them, they did accelerate that multi-platform business model for sure. That was the catalyst. ABK acquisition, 100%. And I mean, some people, you could argue and say, yeah, it sucks. Like Gaz, he did a lot of arguments about how he thinks exclusives are more important to hold on to for competition and that sort of thing. But we're in a day and age now where games going everywhere is necessary for these investors because they want more money. The companies want more money.
Like Gaz always says, it's important for competition, but he doesn't finish the sentence. It's important for competition to sell more consoles than the other console. That's it. That's the end of the story.
That's basically what it does.
There's no other explanation other than you say, I have bragging rights to say you can't play my game because I have this console. Yep. And the problem is Xbox cannot sell more consoles than PlayStation. They'll never be able to do that because
or Nintendo.
When Phil says we lost the most important generation, we're talking 2013. So for over 10 years, as everyone's gone digital and evolved into digital, and Xbox has made so many mistakes over the past 10 years, and I've covered every single one of them. How in the world were they ever going to sell consoles and keep up with PlayStation?
So
funny enough,
let me tell you
do
this:
it in the North America, but
if exclusivity was so important to all these companies, why does PlayStation put their games on PC at all?
Yeah, sure.
Even if it's a year out, why? Why? Did you know that PlayStation has more games on PC than many developers out there? PlayStation has more games on there than even Rockstar has games on there.
Oh, geez. I didn't know that.
Rockstar has less games on Steam than PlayStation. And
Rock 88 says Phil's trying to put the blame on someone else. He says Phil's trying to put the blame on someone else. Phil was there. Phil's quote was, "We lost the most important generation that you could lose."
Cygnus, additive revenue. What the fuck do you think Xbox is doing it for? For shits and giggles? It's for additive revenue. That's the whole point.
Fonz. Xbox is putting their games on PC because they would die if they didn't put them on PC.
Okay, but it's still additive revenue. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
They're still getting revenue from PC. They're still getting revenue from wherever they put their games. I understand why they're doing it, and I understand why PlayStation's doing it. It's the same reason. They want more money. Period.
Have you heard?
You guys act like so. Here's the thing, Cygnus. You act as if Xbox can't make money at all, especially with the acquisition of ABK. I mean, just with King alone, they make a ton of money.
They do.
And it's just like they need to make better games, in my opinion. They need to sell more games, in my opinion. I think I'm in the camp that believes that Game Pass is probably at the point right now where it's hurting more than it's helping. That's just my opinion. I think it's hurting. I think that they should sell more games outside of it, but they're currently not. And one of the biggest reasons for that is because, again, there's this stigma against Xbox games, and rightfully so for a lot of them. I don't agree with some of them. Outer Worlds 2 is a great game, but again, you got that stigma there for that. Just looking around to see what's not selling on PC from Xbox is pretty eye-opening. But I mean, it's not like they're selling a ton of games from PlayStation on PC either. Like that, yes, some of them sell better than others, but it's not crazy numbers. But yeah, additive revenue there. So I don't know. Somebody said Rockstar has fewer
all I
games
see
in
is
general.
that they're making more profits than their competitor. So like whatever, Nintendo's the one making the most, and then Xbox is making more profits than PlayStation. And it's been doing so for a while. So whatever they're doing is working.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's the whole point of everything. Business is to make more profits.
Yeah. But to fight over, everything is multi-plat, dude. PlayStation is multi-plat.
Yeah.
It's on PC. Like
who are literally
just
going to get all
because
their
they
games
wait
in the next console, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then
all
their games are going to be there playable when they go to PC on the next Xbox. Like it's and that's like Colt explained earlier. That's the reason why they're not putting them on Xbox today. Like, what's the point? They're going to be there next gen. It's going to be playable. Well, it is playable today on your Xbox ROG Ally X.
Yeah.
So you got that. Anyways, I just think it's kind of a moot point to be arguing about exclusivity at this point, because nobody besides Nintendo really has exclusives.
And we'll see how long that stays. Let's see what happens. Because they're also expanding their time frame for their games to come out. They're also expanding their budgets. As they start seeing that, are they going to be okay with the sales numbers? We will see.
I read something, though. Isn't Silent Hill 2 coming to Xbox soon?
Supposedly, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's one. I mean, that'll be on Xbox. And that's one that, I mean, people over there always held it up as a PlayStation first-party game.
What's now just an exclusive, which it
was
is.
just a time exclusive, right? They didn't.
Yeah,
publish it.
No, they didn't publish it, huh? I thought they did.
Think so.
No.
Okay. Then,
Lost Soul aside, Death Stranding 2, they published those.
Then I just seen a lot of noise on Twitter about them having it exclusive. Then I don't know.
Stellar Blade, I think they published that, right? I think they published.
Yep.
They did publish Stellar Blade. Yes, that isn't coming to
PC.
Xbox. I don't think.
It's on PC already, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
God,
That's where Colt and I played it, was PC.
Yeah, we played on PC.
Yeah. Speaking of games, exclusive games, everybody, the shot heard around the world with Halo going to PlayStation. It was no secret. Everybody knew that was coming. But apparently the devs over at Halo Studios, 343, let's call them. Let's be real. They're still 343. Halo 2 and 3 remakes are reportedly in development. So, we've got more remakes. Yay! Let's go! Remakes! Let's do another one. I'm not happy about this. I think it's kind of a crap move. I know I was listening to you last night. I keep referring to you and Mag, but he had said something that he heard, apparently, that they're going to try to place like new games in between each remake. I don't know if that's true. The proof is in the pudding. We'll have to see when it comes out, like what the time frames on these games are like. But go ahead, Cole.
Yeah, I hope that's what they're doing. Because I was mad. I'm like, they're going to do all these remakes, and he said no. He thinks they're going to have a certain affinity multiplayer spin-off game, and then maybe Halo 2 remake, and then they'll do the Halo sequel, and then they'll bring Halo 3 in. I don't know. They're a big enough studio. I think they should just farm that stuff out. I think absolutely the Halo 2 and 3 remake should be done by another studio, and then liaison by Halo Studios. They shouldn't be sitting there doing all the busy work of recreating something they've already sold. Let someone else do it, like Virtual Studios is working on the Fallout stuff and the Elder Scrolls stuff. Let them do that. Let them faithfully recreate a classic game with their talent, and then let.
How many people do they have at the studio to be able to do all these different projects though at the same time? I don't see it. So you're talking about bringing.
I think they should farm
virtuous.
out the remakes.
Yeah.
They're doing this one so they can get spooled up on the engine and get everybody, aligned on this is going to be good. A Halo for once. We're going to do Halo right for once is what they're hoping. And that I think that if you're going to do these remasters or remakes of the older Halo games, they need to be farmed out. Absolutely. If Microsoft really believes that the Halo franchise is lucrative and is something they should be investing in as far as to do remakes of games you already have a remake of, which would be Halo 2 yet again, then they absolutely need to have that faith by farming that out to another studio. Let them do it. And of course, you need to do the quality control, Xbox and Halo Studios. You need to make sure those games are looking and feeling the way they're supposed to. They should not be spending their 200 or 300 employees toiling away on recreating Halo 2 again. They just did it in 2014, 10 years ago.
It needs to be all hands on deck on this new upcoming game. And, I thought it was hilarious, Cole, when you were like, and this happened to be somebody at Xbox too that questioned you, and you were like, I want to see them continue the last Halo Infinite game. And he was like, why? They already finished the game. And we're both like face palming because
it was an Xbox employee.
It left on a cliffhanger.
Why isn't it done? I'm like, did you not play it? It literally left on a cliffhanger and the story is not complete.
Yeah.
Love it.
And we had such a blast with that game. Like, as much as people shit on Halo Infinite, I enjoyed the campaign a lot. I had fun with that grapple hook that they added into that game. There was nothing better than using that grapple hook to shoot up to one of the enemy ghosts and just getting into that cockpit, kicking them out of there and flying. That was just so much freaking fun. The fact that you could use that thing everywhere and it wasn't just designated to the little yellow dot. You got to look for the yellow dot. Then you can use the grapple hook. Like some other game.
That's a shot at Horizon Forbidden West.
Yes, it was, sir. Yes. And that's because I hated the grapple hook use there because you had to look at the yellow dots. Oh, I can grapple there. And it's just like, it's not as fun. I literally could grapple hook on a freaking rock if I wanted to. I could grapple hook to that freaking weapon, pull it in, and throw it at your ass. And I had a great time doing it.
Which is how Just Cause worked in those games. Used to be amazing. And they're not going to do a fifth one. They said no way.
No, they're not. Avalanche is, oh man, poor Avalanche, dude. I feel so sorry for them.
Yeah, well, come on. Just Cause 3 wasn't all that great, and 4 was horrible.
No, 4 was horrible. But no, you know what it is for me? I have such a nostalgic just love for Mad Max. And I really would have loved a Mad Max 2. And at one point they were talking about making it. It was like in pre-development, and then they shut it down. And I was pissed because Mad Max is one of the best games, open world games, period. Sandbox, freaking Arkham style combat. It was amazing. I love that game. I played through that game twice. I loved it so much. Great game. Last Mad Max game was good. Exactly, Preston. It was amazing. See, people in the chat know. You guys know. It was freaking amazing. Loved it. Hargeet, did you play Mad Max?
Never got a chance to.
Do it. Do it on PC. I swear to God, it's a great game. You could even do it on the Series X.
Backlog.
Dude.
It's a big open
even
world
on
too.
Series X at 120 frames. On Series X, it was 120 frames. It was freaking phenomenal. Great game. I sold so many of those copies, by the way. When I was on RDX, I was pumping people up and they were buying them because I was pushing it so hard. I wanted a second one. Didn't get it. But such a good game, man. It's not to be missed. If you love open world games and Arkham style combat, do not miss Mad Max. And you could usually, like on sales, you could buy that thing for like $3. That thing is sold so dirt cheap.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love that game. Yeah. RIP. Rest in peace, Mad Max. Loved it.
Yeah, good game.
Speaking of old games, Colt, this is kind of weird. So I saw a thing where it talked about the original Saints Row director was hit up to pitch an idea for a prequel to Saints Row. Did you hear about this? A pitch for here's what it is. A pitch for Saints Row prequel has been requested from the original game's director, Chris Stockman, who envisions a 1970s period piece that explores the origins of the gangs and the characters from the first game.
So we're not make it open world, make it open city. Don't do like Mafia the Old Country.
Yes.
Make it open world.
And because they are using the original gangs, thank God it's not a bunch of college kids trying to freaking make their tuition by bank robbing. Jesus, that was horrible. So this is the premise. Here's some details. Setting, the 1970s, featuring the fashion, music, and overall theme of the era. Story, a prequel focusing on the founding of the Vice Kings and the start of the conflict with Los Carnales. Okay. So yeah, you play as a young Julius and Ben King, and that would be the central focus in the 1970s. You create your gang and everything. And dude, amazing premise. In my opinion, I loved the original Saints Row. Loved it. Dude, I even loved which Saints Row? 4? I even loved that one and people hated on it.
Yeah. I love 3 and 4 a lot.
Yeah. I liked them all. I had a great time with Saints Row. I did not like the last one though. The college kids and all the.
How much of it did you play? I thought you kind of got into it for a minute.
I did for a little bit, and then probably about 10 hours. And then I was just sick of it.
My brain. The open world was fun. I skipped every cutscene.
You had to.
Did the same thing. He skipped every single cutscene like I did. The open world and the customization and the combat was really, really fun, but the characters were awful.
And that's what took me out of it, because I've gotten to the point where when I play a big open world game, I love gameplay is king for sure. And it had decent gameplay. It was not bad. But I also have to have that story element. And because I had to skip the dialogue, because if I tried to get into it, it was atrocious. It was horrible. Like the writing, the acting, everything about it was so bad. I could not. So I had to stop playing it. I just don't have that drive to play a game if there's no narrative there for me to follow. It's just not fun for me. Like at that point, it's a mindless shooter. And I could waste my time somewhere else or play something else that's not as mindless. Hargeet, did you play that Saints Row, that last one?
I actually bought it and never actually turned it on.
Oh, okay.
So never had a chance to turn it on. I mean, I probably should give it a chance. But yeah, I mean, I always liked the little side stupid things that they had you do, like all the little things to, like car crash yourself, right? Or crash into cars and like all these weird, stupid things you used to do. Like it's mindless fun. It like certainly got zanier with the newer, as far as the story. I guess I shouldn't give too much away, but like the things they were doing with 3 and 4, you're like, okay, where are we going here?
but there was so much, like, I hate to say it this way because it's so cliche, but there was charm to 3 and 4. There was something about it that I thought was it was just a lot of fun, and it had that campiness that I actually liked. That this last iteration, that was not campiness, that was not fun, that was just bad writing and just it's horrible. I don't know.
Yeah.
Face 23 BKNY with the $20. Thank you very much, Face. I appreciate it. He says, Hard Geet, Johnny. I guess that's your porn name. Hard Geet. I'm Hard Geet. I'm always no, okay. Where are you getting that Xbox game division makes more profit than PlayStation gaming division? Because Xbox makes less revenue with ABK and Bethesda combined than PlayStation. Educate me now.
Yeah. So how does Nintendo make more profit? They make less than both of them. So it doesn't. It's
they make less revenue. You mean?
They make less revenue. Yeah, Nintendo makes less revenue than both PlayStation and Xbox. But the amount of revenue that's direct profit is higher, right? So they have a higher percentage of profit versus revenue. So revenue is just direct amount of money you're making, but you're also spending money, right? So PlayStation does make more money, but they also spend a lot more. And so why did Hiroki go and fire their entire freaking, management team? Is because they weren't making enough. At some point they were down to 8% profitability, and they're like, this is bad. What's going on? And they've bumped it up to about 12% for the last fiscal. I think, Colt, you were doing a thing with this, right? And the last quarter they had it 15 point something, right? 16% for that quarter. Xbox has been targeting higher than that. They've been running it higher than that. And Nintendo generally is in the 25-ish range. They're ridiculous. They make a lot of profit. It's because their costs up to now for their games has been very low, and they sell tons of copies, right? And so they just print money. It's a lot of money. Plus, they own a chunk of Pokemon, the Pokemon company. And Pokemon just, oh my God, how much money that company makes. And it's just, they profit from that, right? So their profit is higher, right? In percentage, right? Is higher than Xbox and PlayStation. Then comes Xbox, which is in the high teens, maybe in the 20s. And then you have where PlayStation is, which they're trying to get back up there, right? They want that. That's what Hiroki's been targeting. He wants higher profits. And I don't blame him. It's like, you're spending this much, you're getting that much revenue. Why am I not seeing the direct, bottom line benefit from that? And that's what they've been doing, shedding a whole bunch of the studios and all the projects that were just not going anywhere, right? So they killed a whole bunch of stuff, and that brought it up. That's good, right? They still have to take some stuff off the books. That's fine. But that's what it is. It's just that, they've been spending a lot trying to make games that eventually, unfortunately, went nowhere. And they're kind of still trying to do those live service games, but they've cut the budget down, which is a good idea, right? It's like, you don't need to spend $400 million on a Concorde and have it shut down. You need to spend 20 million, 30 million and say, okay, does this work? Is it going to go somewhere? They still have two big ones, right? Marathon and Fair Games, and I don't know where those are going to end up. I still have not heard good things for either. So we will see where those go. But other projects they're working on are usually smaller budget things that they try, and we'll see if they go anywhere. I don't begrudge them trying it, by the way. I think PlayStation should do that. They should absolutely try. Just don't spend $100 million on it. Just spend a small chunk and see if it goes somewhere, and then see what happens, right? So, but that's what it is. It's just that. It's just they've been trying to hit higher profit margins, and they've been hampered by their investments. A lot of it is costs that they have to bear because they had all these studio acquisitions that they did that didn't bear any fruit. So it is what it is. They don't actually leverage their subscription service as well as Microsoft does. We think it's not profitable. It's profitable. Making $5 billion a year is a lot of money. So it just, where is Nintendo these days? They used to be at like 12 billion, maybe up to like 14, 15. Just think that's their entire revenue. The entire revenue. And 5 billion Xbox makes just on Game Pass. That's not including King, by the way, which is not even in there. So you get all this money that they just keep making. They keep printing money. That's where the profit keeps coming in. And that's why they have a target of 30%, by the way. They're not stupid. They know they can potentially make that. That doesn't mean they're going to get there, right? It just means they can target that and say, let's get to 25. Let's see if we can make it. Like you can have a really high target and say, we made it like 80% there. That's really good, right? So it's like, that's what you want to do, right? So, but they can do that. And that's because they have these big black hole games that they can just generate revenue with. And that's what, why do you think Jim Ryan was running all around the world trying to, no, don't take my Call of Duty. This is why. It's because they now own that and they just make the money. As much as you might not, accept it, like PlayStation's writing very big checks to Microsoft right now. Very big checks out of that 30 billion. They write a lot to Microsoft. And you don't think they see that? They see that. But that's what it is. It's just that simple. And thankfully, PlayStation is very open. You can go see every Sony financial. They literally tell you how much they make in profit, how much they make in revenue. You can just divide it out and you can see the numbers. And so that's how I'm getting it. And Nintendo does the same, by the way. You can go check out their numbers. They're transparent about it. Here's how much we made in profit. Here's how much we made in revenue. You can go divide the numbers and find out. And Nintendo is very profitable. And they're probably one of the trendsetters of like the high mark. Okay. But, Xbox is thankfully somewhere in between. A lot of companies don't make as much as these guys do. But that's where I'm getting it from.
Yeah,
That's
and
such a long
as
answer.
he as he said, it's out there. You can check their financials, so you don't have to take Hargeet's word for it. All right, we are back.
What's that little song? What's that little thing from?
Reading Rainbow. You don't have to take my word for it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Hargeet knows. He's been there. He read books. He wrote one. He wrote a book.
I wrote one.
Yeah,
that one.
Shop at chani.us. Anyways, moving along from there. Yeah, that was a long answer, but sometimes, you know, a long super chat deserves a long answer, and he got one. I hope that answered your question there. If not, you can write out another long super, and that'd be fine. Anyways, Hargeet, you got anything else to bring up for today? Do you got anything on the news agenda here?
You have this no early access for COD that you had on the list.
Oh yeah. No early access for COD. That apparently, you know what? They came out and said that Activision said there is no early access for COD. The game will be coming out November 14th for everybody. So there is no pay early or pay to, get a premium edition to play it early and all that nonsense. They stopped doing that. They're not doing that anymore for COD. So there's that. So are you guys upset by that at all?
I've never even really been aware that they do early access because I don't. Yeah.
They stopped doing it. I think this is, they didn't do it last year, I don't think. Or maybe they did. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. They're not doing it anymore, they said. It's done.
I think they did, didn't they?
They might have done it last year.
Did.
I've always maintained that it's a horrible business practice. I can't stand it because they're just taking people's money for that early access. Yeah. That's all it's about. It's basically, it's acclimating you guys to $100 games. That's what it's doing. It's saying, hey guys, the game's $70, but if you pay this $30, you can play it 5 days early. And you're like, oh, 5 days early? But then you're the same motherfuckers that'll say, excuse me. You're the same people that'll get mad if they say, hey, we're raising the price of the game to $80. Make it make sense. You get mad if they say we're going to raise it by 10, but you'll spend 30 to get it 5 days early.
And I'm very, very much one of the people who do this. I'm bad with that. So,
but you are a whale.
But I also
you are a whale.
I pay, I play. I don't care. Yeah.
No, I'm not really mad at you guys for that, but I am. I'm mad at you for it because you guys spend it, you get it early, and basically that is the day one. The early is the day one. See, the 4 or 5 days later, you're getting it late. That's why you're paying less. You're buying it late. The people that bought it early really got it on the day one, and they spent $100 on the damn game. Like fools. But you'll do it time and time again because they figured it out. It's that magic freaking number. Oh, 5 days early. $30. That's all it'll take. $30. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Really think about it, guys. Think about what I'm telling you. It's really freaking bad because you're all up in arms if games go to a freaking $80, but it's okay if it's 5 days early. $30 extra is fine. It's 5 days early, damn it. I get to play early. It's bad. Danny Passion with the 2. Thank you, Danny. He says Battlefield 6 did it first, not early access. Okay. Is that like a shot at COD?
Yeah, I assume so, right? Yeah. I've got a nice little image from FarQ for you, Fawn.
Okay.
You can check it out when I upload it in my background. Here you go.
More remakes. Yes. Master. There he is, Master Queef himself. Oh man, that's terrible. Well, I don't know, man. It's Master Old Chief. Fark.
Oh, there we go. Now you can actually see it.
Oh man, I love the Bigfoot sign though. That part is great. Love it.
All right, how do I get out of this?
Look at me. It's the Broke Boy. Member for 2 months. Thank you, Broke Boy. Appreciate you. He was one of the first ones here, by the way.
What did you have? This one? Yeah. There
yes. He says, did you see the rumor about PlayStation doing their own version of Play Anywhere? Buy it and get both console and PC. Also, with a possible PC launcher as well. You know what? The PC launcher is going to come. At some point, the PC launcher is going to come for PlayStation. I'm pretty sure of it. But this other thing, this Play Anywhere is great. And I got made fun of for saying Play Anywhere was great on Twitter one time. And I was like, why would you make fun of somebody who's saying, I buy it one place and I can play it wherever the hell I want? Why are you making fun of that? But you'll spend $30 extra to play 5 days early. So shut up.
Because they can't have it. They don't understand. They can't have it. They're like, why would I want that? But yeah, it's great.
But really think about that, guys. The whole notion of paying $30 more to play 5 days early, and then you're mad at the $80 games. Make it make sense. It doesn't. Okay, I'm back. Hello. Good morning. I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should have bought Arc Raiders on PC, but I got it like $10 cheaper through Steam. So yeah, but I could have, I don't know. Having 2 copies is amazing. Like Fallout 4, I'm playing it right now on PC, and in a few days, my Xbox version. This is what's so cool about it. It's like, well, do I need it on Xbox? And I don't want to play on Xbox. I don't want to play. My 500-hour saves and characters are going to come to PC this next week. I've got like 3 or 4 characters and all the mods and creation that are all built into the game. All that is coming to my PC for free.
Nice.
So I can play that on Xbox at its like high resolution 60, or I can play it on my PC at even higher resolution. Yeah,
why didn't you?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it is amazing, Colt.
They can't have.
It's true. You're 100% right. And why didn't anybody warn me that Happy Bomb was here? If I knew Happy Bomb was here, I wouldn't have dropped the F-bomb. I apologize, Happy Bomb. I apologize for that. And I also made you a moderator because I know you're really good at moderating. Make sure people are behaving. Thank you.
I couldn't imagine being someone who worships the very cockroach air that blows out of the back of my PlayStation. That these PlayStation guys, like, they worship that thing. And then they sit on gaming podcasts and talk about how they don't like Xbox ad nauseum. And the chat's like, why is he here? Why? It's like, go do something you like. If this is what you like, come on.
These guys, like, they really want to hear from us. They really do.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be here. But they do. They want to hear.
I mean, for all we know, it could be an AI chatbot or some stupid thing.
I don't think so. I really think that's the thing.
But,
well,
and if it's not,
hey, I don't bot my channel, Hargeet. What are you trying to say? I don't bot.
It's not you botting.
It's for other people.
It's just people who freaking do this kind of crap. That they have like these stupid, let's just make stupid posts that are stupid. There's a bunch of that crap, unfortunately, and
yeah, there is.
It's sad, but look, there are also people that are just broken and they need to vent, and like go vent, fine, fair enough, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's like, find something better to do with your time. If you really don't like what you're hearing or seeing the people you're seeing on your screen, just, go play a game. That's what we're here for. I mean,
I know, right?
I play games daily. Cole plays games daily. Like, it's so funny how people will constantly act like we don't play games. We literally play games daily, like all of us do here on this panel.
Yep.
And if I was a real butthead, okay, because I'm being PG for Happy Bomb here. If I was a real butthead, I would tell you some names right now and point out people in the community that don't play crap.
It could get pretty messy if we did that.
But
We'd have to do a special pay-per-view show for that.
And yeah, because I mean, you know, I'm just saying, like, check my Steam account, check my hours on all these games. I have hundreds and hundreds of hours on games. Some people not so much. They have hundreds and hundreds of hours on Twitter and hundreds of hours on YouTube. But yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, I'm just, you know, spitballing here. What else we got? We got anything good to talk about, Hargeet? Colt?
I don't
Colt?
know.
Did you hear anything? Colt, any news?
I don't think so. I don't think anything.
Yeah, it's been pretty dead this week, I think. It really has.
I don't know if it's been. All I see is a lot of these Magnus things.
There was the Magnus stuff, like Sarabon and Phil and Satya all tripled down on that Xbox is going next gen. You know, because some people in the community are like, they're going to ditch next generation and they're going to cancel it, and they'll be wrong and no one will care.
Get it
the news
right,
will
guys.
Come and go.
It's the
What's
Xbox squared. It's not Magnus.
Yeah.
How does this sound?
Yeah.
Xbox squared. Sounds awful.
Sounds good. I like it.
Yeah, it's bad. That's really bad. 1999 from Face 23 BKNY. Thank you very much, Face. You are an amazing contributor to the show. I want to welcome you, like I do every week, Face, because you are the voice of reason within the chat, and I appreciate you so much. He has something here to say to both of you, because it's not directed at me. No, just playing. Why would Xbox gamers who switch to PC, oh, now he's talking to me. God damn it. He says, why would they buy the next Xbox hybrid console? What's the pitch, especially if it's going to be expensive? That's a good one. That is a good question.
No, it's
that
not.
Is a good question.
No, it's
that
not.
Is a good question.
It's so obvious. If you've
you
been
listen.
an Xbox fan for a few years or for 25 years, you own games. You have achievements. You have friends. You have progress on the Xbox platform. You like Game Pass, possibly. Like, you can move into next generation and have all of the access. You'll have something PC won't have next generation. You'll have all the PC games plus the Xbox library that you own will be right there all in one box. So why is it a weird question to say, why would guys who move to PC want to get this next console? Because they can have all those games that they supposedly left behind. And I don't think anybody does that. They don't sell their Series X or to sell all their consoles and say, like, the people that completely ditch the platform because they don't like the commercials and they don't like what Phil said, that is a very microscopic amount, a fraction of people that actually leave completely. And if someone's like, oh yeah, you mean I can have all of those games and all the achievements and my save files, like everything seamlessly comes forward, plus I can continue to play on PC games, it's not that difficult to see. Hargy, you're kind of in the middle. You play a lot on PC and Xbox. Can you answer this question better than I did?
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what you have as part of it. The other part of it is people who want to have the PC openness, but want the simplicity of a TV-based device. And there are people who are actually very interested in that, to say, I can play a console, but I can always access the Windows parts when I want to mod, when I want to do anything like the PC world does. Hey, I want to play games that are only on Steam, that are only available on PC. I can do that? Cool. But I don't have to have that be the default, because you have family, and family does not want to deal with weirdo PC stuff. They just want a simple device. And I hear that enough, by the way. If you talk to people, like especially younger generation people, they're a lot PC. That doesn't mean the girlfriend's a lot PC. They like the idea of having a simple console.
The family also
But, hey,
don't
I
like
can
weirdos
play
either.
everything, right? It's like, that's cool. So there is definitely a market. There's definitely a market for this. Even though I have the 4090 base PC, I keep looking for a way to make it a console because I want the simplicity. I hit my controller button and it turns on and I play my game.
That's
I just
great.
want that simplicity.
And it boots up so fast, doesn't it? Our PCs boot up instantly. So fast.
Well, they're not that great. The BIOS part of it takes forever. But
it's
like,
not that. It's like, I don't know, 15 seconds. Like it's fast.
The Series X boots up in like 3 seconds.
Okay.
Right.
And we don't have quick resume. And we don't have quick resume. We know that.
We are getting quick resume. They're
we
bringing
are?
quick resume into next gen. I've heard that.
Oh, baby.
There's all this layer of stuff that you get as the console. And it's like, oh, if I want to tinker, I have the option. Yes, please give me that. That is fantastic. Right now I have the library of PC, the ease of use of a console.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. And
it's
scalable, where it's like, hey, I can buy the default Xbox. It performs like this. But, if I want to, I can buy the Asus version or the MSI version. It's slightly more expensive, but gives me the power of a 5080. Bring it on. I'm happy. That's freaking awesome. Yes. All in one. I don't build it. I don't have to. I just plop it down and it just works. Yes.
This sounds so good that it might sell tens of hundreds of consoles next gen.
Yeah, they're not going to sell.
I think it'll actually sell a lot more than that.
Dude, it's going to sell. It'll sell at least a couple of thousand. I know, Hargy, it's going to be that good. They're going to make money on each one, regardless of how many they sell.
It sounds pretty good. But anyway, so to me, that's the pitch: is I get the ease of use of a console, but the full flexibility of a PC. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Like I mean, I've said this before too. Like, depending on price, I could see it hitting, after the generation's over next gen, maybe 10 mil. Like, honestly, like I don't see a lot. Maybe not even half that, depending on price. I gotta know that price. Look at me, it's broke boy says it's going to be the triple Xbox.
Nice.
The triple Xbox. Okay. This is a family show.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
Your name was awesome. Fonz, give him the name that you gave at the end of my
show. I said earlier. I was just thinking Fusion, like Xbox Fusion. It just rolls off the tongue. It's not the greatest thing, but it sounds better than Squared. I don't know who came up with Squared in the meetings there. If this is true, this talk, that's just awful. Yes, I know I'm right. It's going to sell at least a couple of hundred to PC guys for sure. No, it's a great idea. It's the best thing they could do for them. Being able to just boot up the console. And if you don't ever want to see Windows, you don't have to. But if you want that experience and you want Steam games and you want Epic games and you want GOG and everything else, you can do that. That's a great option to have.
Yeah, and
acting like that's not great to have these options is kind of stupid.
And the next thing is going to be Windows 12 will probably just have that as a native feature. So you basically say every PC that plays games is now an Xbox. So you can choose to call it that or not. They will 100% do it.
Even Xbox knows themselves that creating a traditional console will not sell for them. It won't. So they had to go this route. They have to. But yeah, we'll see what happens and we'll see what they name this. But I had a good time today. The show was a really fun show. I'm glad Colt was here, even though he looked very disinterested the whole time. He hates coming on this show. Colt hates me so much, and I love the guy like a brother. Gosh. Like Colt is a good friend. When I tell you people how much, like, Colt and I will lean on each other a lot. Like we'll talk to each other outside of this whole gaming scene. We have a great time. But for some reason, he comes to my show and he's like, this is Colt.
What?
Huh? What? Oh, Xbox? Oh, dead.
I don't know anything about that.
No.
I'm not an expert.
Somebody said it earlier. They're like, Cole looks so disinterested. I was just like,
yeah. I was looking stuff up so that I could.
Yeah.
I always look stuff up before I try and speak. It's so funny the people come up with this stuff. It's such a thing, right, Hargate, where people are like, this is how I think it is because I heard someone say that they think they know that this is how it works. It's like, here, let me look it up real quick. It's so, because the internet is so lazy, they just go, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, but you can just like cite a couple of sources in just a moment. Just take a breath, get your real answer, and then come with that. But they never do. And it's great.
Oh, before I leave though, I want to say something to Soil Tech. I don't think he's here tonight, but he put me onto these controllers here. Okay. I was looking for an Xbox controller because my current Xbox controller has stick drift. And he's like, go get yourself a GameSir controller. GameSir. Okay. GameSir. And I got a wired one myself because I sit right next to my PC. I got no latency with it. So I'm just like, and it's $44. $44. And we're talking Hall effect sticks and triggers and great tactile feeling buttons. This thing, honestly, for me, feels better than the pack-in controllers that come with the Xbox.
Yeah.
And then you got the 2 buttons in the back where you can program these to be whatever you want. $44. And you can even, the cool part is, you can change the faceplates. You can buy other faceplates, and they have like Mario ones and different kinds. I'm sure you can find different stuff out there. Maybe you can make your own. Oh, you can make your own. They're paintable. These surfaces are paintable. It tells you on the box. And you can make your Halo Master Chief controller. You can make your own. Oh, and they also have these rubber grips. Man, I hate myself right now. I feel like I'm trying to sell you a controller. I'm doing an ad for GameSir. I don't even have a sponsor for this damn thing. But no, I just love it that much. Honestly, I've been playing with this thing and the sticks are amazing on this thing and I won't get stick drift. That's the best part. So shout out to Soil Tech for putting me on the GameSir controllers. There's a pro one you can buy that's wireless too, by the way. And it's like $70.
And hopefully it doesn't have like the bumper stuff.
No, it doesn't. They've got
working.
Hall effect bumpers and sticks and triggers.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's awesome. I got the GameSir, I don't even know what it is, HE or something. It's $44. You can find it on Amazon for $44. It's a great controller. Amazing. Like, honestly, like the feel, it feels like an Xbox controller. It really does. But to me, the buttons feel a bit better. The D-pad is where I think it falters just a bit behind the Xbox controller. I think the one on the Xbox feels a little better, the D-pad. But how often do you use the D-pad? It's rare. I mean, I don't sit there and play with it like, so, I mean, you know, other than just moving a cursor or something. I don't know, whatever you use that for. Push up to eat. I don't know, in a game. Like it's nothing.
You had to push down to heal and about.
It's not a big deal.
And you have to hit up to put the flashlight on, which you didn't realize for a long time.
And that all works great. I'm talking like if you're playing a fighter or something. I think the Xbox controller has a better D-pad for that. Yeah. But other than that, it's freaking awesome. Yeah, G7. The G7 HE is what I got, not the SE. There's an SE. There's one that's a little bit cheaper than the HE. I don't know why it's cheaper, but I went with the HE. I was like, it's just like a couple bucks more expensive. Maybe it's the rubber grips. I don't know. So anyways, now that we're done with the commercial, which I'm not getting sponsored for, is over. So we can move on. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Colt, I'll go to you first since you were my guest. I appreciate you being here, brother. Thank you very much, man, for showing up and looking very interested and wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, and so happy tonight to be here. And I'm glad that we had Happy Bomb in the chat tonight. Got your moderator over here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate
her
her so
smack
much.
down on some of these little trolls.
Yeah. She's a good moderator, so watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. She'll do it. She'll ban you. She'll ban you for a Kit Kat and a smile. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing this week other than working like at my regular job, but I would really like to make a new video, and I've got some stuff I'm kind of trying to work on. So if I don't put out anything this week, we'll do the show on Monday, and I do a podcast called XNC Podcast, and we'll talk about
shut up. They all know you, XNC. They all know it.
I don't know. You never know.
It stands for XP Newscast.
Experience Newscast. Or
baby.
X for Xbox, little P for PlayStation.
No, it's not for
Newscast.
Xbox. No, it's for XP Gaming Newscast. That's what it is.
Right.
No, I appreciate you being here, brother. And always look forward to your highly polished, highly edited videos that nobody on the PlayStation side can do. I didn't say that. Hargeet Johnny, let everybody know where they can find you next and all that good stuff.
Sure. My channel is HargeetJohnny1 on YouTube and shop.johnny.us for my book. And then I'll be on with Boom tomorrow, 7 p.m. US Eastern Time on Double Barrel Gaming. Check that out and we'll go from there. And always remember, of course, Xbox Stand.
Xbox Stand. Okay, so the great B Rich said it in the chat. He said, the HE is if you value stick drift prevention. It actually has Hall effect sticks. The SE does not. So get the HE. Get the HE or above, or the Pro, the wireless. They got Hall effect sticks and triggers. It's worth it. Because stick drift sucks. With that said, I want to thank everybody for being here live, everybody listening after the fact. I appreciate you people so much. You don't understand. Like, honestly, I love coming here, talking with Hargeet and our guests from time to time. Sometimes with Colt, not all the time. Sometimes he's very disinterested, but tonight he was good. I love each and every one of you for coming out and listening live and listening after. Anyways, with that said, I want to say until next time, game on.